people will argue, oh, you got a lot of money, you must spend lah, so that be like them. And that they also spend, and they even spend and burn their papers at the same time. But if that is the case, why did the people start to... second, my thinking is this. We manage it well, but we show it. We also still can spend money. You see, when the federal government announced bonus to the people of their civil servant, Selangor said the government has no problem. We say, okay, we are now. Maybe some other state, you interview some of their chief minister or Menteri Besar, they will be scratching their head how to finance it. But for us, that is good because we plan ourselves. And on the top of that, when we say, okay, we better give $200 to everybody as a form of bonus. Do you have the money? Yes, we have the money. But we say to ourselves, hey, we better be careful. People will treat us as over lavish. And then we say, we give this in the form of saving. Then we give. But we give to everybody. Ketua Kampung and all, over 20,000 people we give. Yeah, give, take it. So, that's an example of, well, we use it. Actually, we shouldn't have given it, also we can, but we give. So, we do it much more prudently than before. That's all. That's the picture that we give. Because other states will find it tough, even to comply with giving that bonus. That's why you don't see any Barisan National State announcing as quickly as we are. If you rely on Gallup polls, you have sleepless night. I was, unfortunately or fortunately, Secretary General of Parti Keadilan when we faced the election. Okay? So, the position of Parti Keadilan, in 2004, we have one seat, one parliamentary seat. I talked to the Gallup polls, this evaluation. He says, if you can get 4 seats, you are already 400% achievement. I also agree, because I come from the investment world. I agree. It's only 4 seats. I look at the numbers, and some of the words they write, we have no chance. If you listen to, even Hetoyo says, hey, don't worry, 0. And it is written in the newspaper. And confirmed by the polls. But the truth is, no. The error rate is very high. Very high, very high. It's not that margin of 5%. No, the error rate is very high.
We've heard that the Selangor government has conducted their own internal survey in terms of trying to gauge the support of the people. How's that? Well,
then let me tell you, our survey is very good. That's why I don't want to talk to you. Then you will be saying, the survey is very good. I got very popular vote, very high. So as good as Najib, what is this? So I say, let me say, of course, I also look at the stresses and where the areas are. I think we can say we got a lot more confident by the Chinese voters than 2008, a lot more. We have managed to influence the younger generation in the so-called urban and educated area. But we do have certain sense of feeling of still not sure by the rural senior Malays, while the Indian voters are with us, but they are quite volatile in their what they call their statement. So we know that. We know that. But overall, we can do no worse than 2008. That's what the picture that came to us.
In your 4 years as MB, what have you learned, or are there any regrets or lessons that you have learned throughout this process?
I think the lesson is I must try. I must try. Okay. Let me say this. I was trained to be an investment man. Investment man has what they call risk factor into it. Whether it's risky and all that. And when you make an investment, you take into account whether you make what they call gain. If you don't make gain, you are wasting your time. So you calculate return, reward, and all that. But when you are in politics, that numbers cannot be calculated. You really didn't know the real outcome in investment. You know roughly the outcome because turnover, price earnings, and dividend yield and all that. You have a set of so-called parameters, and chances are, if you are correct in 90 of the parameter, usually, and I'm very good at it because I make investment very successful. So in record on record, I make good results of my, and they rewarded me also for that. But politics is a random. It is not. It moves, but the principle remains the same. You have to be correct, but the outcome may not be as predictable as what you in the investment world. Amazing.
In these 4 years?
Yeah, I didn't play golf at all. At all. At all. At all. At all. I have one room full of golf.
Collecting dust.
Does. I'm hoping my grandson will take it up.